Okay friends, one of the first things we have to do to get started on our job is to safely raise and support the front of the truck so the wheels are off the ground. After that, remove all 5 of your lug nuts and then remove the wheel. I'm going to remove this mounting bolt right here, and then we'll come down here and remove the caliper bracket as well. Now remove your 2 caliper bolts. And then hang it safely aside so it's putting no pressure on your flex hose or your ABS wire. So we have more slack on our ABS wire. I'm just going to go ahead and pop this clip right here. Next, we're going to take off this center cover to expose the axle nut. Remove your cotter pin. Remove your locking clip. Use a 12-point socket, remove your axle nut. I'm just going to use a bolt, come right in between this area here. We'll start it in, screw it in. That's going to press up against the wheel bearing and remove the rotor. Now with the rotor out of the way, the next thing that you want to do is spray some penetrant along the backside right here, right where the bearing is going to be hitting up against the backing plate and the knuckle. As you can tell, our backing plate is in very poor / missing condition. That's not really something that you have to worry about. For me in particular, I'm just going to come right here with my wrench and start loosening up my mounting bolts. Yeah. All right. We'll get this one out of here and do the same to all the rest. Okay, that one's loose. With all the bolts loose, let's go ahead and give this a couple loving bonks. There it is, friends. Now the next thing you're going to want to do is take that wire brush and you're going to go right across this area here on the mating surface where the bearing's going to go up against. If your backing plate comes off like ours does, go ahead and clean up the backside there as well. Like I said before, ours is obviously in poor condition, but that's not really something that you have to worry about. Let's also get back here. Now the next thing we're going to do is take a peek inside this area here. You're going to find that you have a seal that runs along the inside of the knuckle here. It comes through from the backside in. Essentially, you want to make sure that you clean it down and inspect it. If it looks like it's torn or worn in any way, you want to go ahead and replace it. To replace that, it's very simple. You would just go ahead and punch it out of the knuckle here, then come down to these 2 bolts, take those out, you can swing the knuckle and remove that seal. Go ahead and put in the new one, give it a couple loving bonks so it's seated properly, put back in these bolts right here, and then torque these bolts to 221 foot-pounds. Okay friends, now it's time to install our brand new wheel bearing. Something that I'm going to mention is it's a great idea to use a little bit of red thread locker on each of these bolts. Aside from that, let's go ahead and take our backing plate, line it up with exactly the way it came out. We'll slide in the bearing, start in all 4 of our bolts, and then snug them up. Now these are something that's going to be very difficult to torque. You could try to do it with something like a crow's foot, but you're probably not going to get a very accurate torque. The torque for this is 73, but I'm just going to use a wrench and make them nice and tight. Okay, so I've got that as tight as I can get it with the wrench. We'll just give it a few more bonks with a rubber mallet here. We just want to double check and make sure that these are nice and tight. Do all of them and then go back around and do them again. Next, we're going to apply some copper never-sees along the mating area of the hub. Now it's time to get the rotor on there. I'm just going to take one of these lug nuts. We'll bottom it out so the rotor can't move around on us. Now let's take that caliper. We're just going to slide it right on over the rotor, being Now let's torque this to 79 foot-pounds. Do the same to the other one. Now let's get this back on here. Resecure that ABS wire. Now the next thing we're going to do is take that axle nut. We'll go ahead and start it on here. We're going to bottom this out and then we're going to torque it to 249 foot-pounds. Now to torque this axle nut, what you're probably going to notice is the whole thing wants to spin on you. To help prevent it from spinning, I just take a nice long pry bar, carefully come across the studs so I don't damage the threads, and then all the way down to the ground. That's going to hold this still, and then we can torque it to 249. Now with that torqued, let's go ahead and put on our lock here. I'm just going to line it up so that the slot lines up with the hole in the axle, slide through a lock and cotter pin, and then pin it over so there's no way it can loosen up. All right, there's no way that's going anywhere. Now let's put our cap back on there. Make sure it's seated all the way around. Remove your lug nut. Let's get the wheel on here. Start all of our lug nuts, get the wheel on the ground, and then we'll torque the wheel to manufacturer's specifications. Now with your wheel, so it's just barely touching the ground, we're going to go ahead and torque these wheels. To torque the wheels, there's going to be two options depending on what type of wheel you have. If you have aluminum, like I have here, you're going to torque those to 97 foot-pounds. If you have the steel wheels, you're going to torque those lug nuts to 154. Torqued. Okay friends, we got the truck all back together. What's left to do now? Go ahead and pump up your brakes and then take your truck for a road test down to your local alignment shop.